So today I'm going to be saving you from a very costly mistake. Now, most beginners in investing or most beginners in saving money don't lose money because investing is hard. Basically, they lose money because they start in the wrong place. Yes, they start in the wrong place. Now, if you find yourself in that situation, this video is for you. So in the next few minutes, I will show you the best investments to start with even if you have very little money. I don't mean no money, I mean very little money. So before we move right into the issue of where should you invest, the right places to invest, and how to invest, you need to first of all understand some real basic truth. Now, first thing you need to understand is investment is not about quick money. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not about investing today and reaping millions or thousands of dollars the next day. It's about building long term wealth. It's about diversification of your wealth, of your income to reap good returns for you, both short term and long term. So you need to understand these basic things. It's not just about getting rich quickly. And if you miss this very fundamental truth or basic understanding, then you will find yourself chasing trends, getting into trouble, and of course, making the wrong investment choices. The number one, or the very first thing I'm going to be talking about with you today, that I have also basically learned from experience, is investing in skills. This is the most important. The best investment you can ever do for yourself is you. I'm not talking about stocks, I'm not talking about shares, I'm not talking about buying into companies or side hustles. No, the first best investment is you, and which is skills investment. Skills helps you to increase your income, increases your chances at making more money, and of course, the higher income equals to more money to invest. So this is the very first thing that you need to take note of, investing in skills, and which is basically investing in you. So I'm going to give you an example for that. With the way the world is going at now, the pace of skills, need, increment, and all that, the very first or the best kind of investment in terms of investing in yourself, take it easy. We are going to get to the point where you're going to invest in other things. Well, like I said, first thing is to invest in your skills, which is investing in yourself. So, what I want you to focus on or concentrate on is investing in digital skills. Yes, investing in communication skills and investing in learning how to sell. Even if you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, whatever profession, you're a creative, you're a YouTuber, you're on LinkedIn, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, anywhere you find yourself or whatever product or service it is that you have that you feel you can do, you need to know how to sell it, you need to know how to communicate it, and you also need to know how to transform it into a digital skill. So these are the things I need you to focus on first because those are the things that are in really high demand as at now. I'm talking about 2026. This is the only investment that pays you almost immediately, if not immediately, almost immediately. So the thing is, if you don't have any skill, it means the first step is to learn how to have a skill, a digital skill, and learn how to sell that skill and communicate that skill. Then you can now start thinking of getting paid for that skill. But if you already have a digital skill, you know how to communicate and you know how to sell that skill, or maybe you lack knowing how to sell and you get trained on how to sell, then trust me, you're going to go and start getting paid immediately because as long as those skills attend to solutions to problems that people have, pain points people have, trust me, somebody out there is going to value that particular skill or knowledge you want to share and pay you. So, the second type of investments that you need to know about and you need to be very conversant about or do something, I mean, take action about this year, apart from investment in your skills, is ETF or investment funds. Now, the reason why I've mentioned it is because they are simple, they are beginner friendly investments that track the market. And why am I exactly saying this? One, they have low risk compared to picking individual stocks. Now, different people have different kind of risk appetites. We have people that have low risk appetites, we have people that have medium risk appetites, and we have people that have high risk appetites. So low risk appetite means you don't want to lose any money at all, Medium means you are probably open to losing something, but of course, the higher the risk, most times the more the gains. So it just depends on you. If you do not like to take too much of risks, then that will determine the kind of investment you get into. But for beginners who really don't know what to do or how to navigate themselves, this year one of my recommendations is ETF funds and investment funds. Simple, like I said, beginner friendly investments that track the market, low risk, long-term growth, and easy to start globally. So you don't need to have millions to start them out. You can just basically start with what you have and what you can afford. You don't need to be an expert in this case to begin. You just have to start from somewhere and start with as little as you have. And basically, as a beginner, of course, you're supposed to start small till you get used to it, and then you cannot increase the level of investments for the ETF funds or any other type of investments, but then low risk. Now, the third type of investment is high yield savings. The reason why I recommend this is because I consider, based on my own experience, they are safe options. They are savings, but at the same time, not just savings, they give you a certain level of yield higher than the regular savings. And for beginners, safety matters because you don't want to go all in into investing when you're just new at investing and then losing everything you have. So, of course, like I said, low risk for beginners, safety matters, high yield savings is a safe option till you get strong enough or have enough courage, to go all out. And safety matters. Why does safety matter here? Because this helps you to build discipline. It also helps you to avoid panic, and it helps you to also have what we call emergency funds. During my live sessions, I talk so much about the importance of having emergency funds, but that's for another day for me to go fully into why you need to have emergency funds. Now, the fourth type of investment to have is side income, small business, side hustle. So many people have different ways to describe it, but basically, side income, side hustle. You can have some of them while you run your regular 9 to 5 job. Now, sometimes the best investment is something that pays you monthly. So, for example, when you want to have a side business or a side hustle, and I always recommend to have it alongside your 9 to 5. Now, if you feel you cannot run your side hustle and your normal 9 to 5 together, I always advise don't resign from your job yet. Wait till the side hustle is paying you just as much or even more than your 9 to 5 before you leave your 9 to 5. Of course, I will also talk about that in another video. So sometimes the best kind of side hustle to start, especially as a beginner, in combination with your 9 to 5, or maybe if you don't have a job currently and you need something to start using to earn almost immediately, is examples like freelancing, online services, copywriting, graphic designing, ghostwriting, and these are part of the skills I earlier mentioned you need to get. Okay, so you can add them to your normal 9 to 5, or you can as well just start it out as a business on its own. But they are beginner friendly, and you don't need to spend so much, or even sometimes zero money to start out this business. And of course, with small scalable ideas, with time, you can now branch out and make them actually larger than what you're currently doing. So cash flow gives you financial freedom and financial stability. So there's nothing wrong with earning in more than one place. So this is why I consider this very important. So these are just the basic things you need to know about starting investment as a beginner. And trust me, you can't go wrong if you start one of them at least. You can have all eventually, but you need to start one so you don't spread yourself thin. Right? So just to simplify everything, skills increase your income, investments grow your income, and discipline protects that income for you. So all you need to take home with you today, of course, apart from the fact that you need to start one of them this year, is to start small and stay consistent. If you wait until you have enough money, you may never start. So the question is not what is the best investment? The question is, will you start? Right? So if you need help to start or know what to do or to find out which area it is exactly that works perfectly for you, you can comment started in the comment section. If you're ready to begin your investment journey, I'm here for you, and I will see you in the next video.